When someone is diagnosed with mesothelioma, it doesn't just affect them. Their entire family is affected. While the patient faces the physical disease and treatment, family members face their own crushing burdens: emotional devastation, financial pressure, caregiver exhaustion, relationship strain, and an uncertain future. These impacts on families often go unrecognized and unsupported. So today I want to talk about the hidden toll that mesothelioma takes on families and what support is available. I'm Terry Oppenheimer, and I've been writing about mesothelioma and asbestos for the website mesothelioma.net for over a decade. This is an important topic. Families need support too, not just patients. Let's start with the emotional impact on family members. When your spouse, parent, or loved one is diagnosed with mesothelioma, your world changes instantly. You're facing the likely loss of someone you love. You're watching them suffer through symptoms and treatment. You're terrified about the future. These emotional burdens are crushing, but family members often feel they need to hide their feelings to stay strong for the patient. Spouses, they probably carry the heaviest emotional burden. They're losing their partner, facing the prospect of widowhood, possibly losing income and facing financial insecurity, watching the person you love suffer, and trying to support them while dealing with your own grief and fear. Many spouses describe feeling like they're drowning, but they can't show it because they need to be strong. Adult children face complicated emotions. If your parent has mesothelioma, you're facing the loss of your mom or dad while possibly also managing your own family and career obligations. You might feel guilty about not being able to do more. You might have unresolved relationship issues that now feel urgent as time becomes limited. For young children with a parent who has mesothelioma or a grandparent, the impact can be profound and long-lasting. Children may not fully understand what's happening, but they feel the anxiety and grief in the household. They can develop behavioral problems, anxiety, or academic difficulties. After all, they're facing the potential loss during critical developmental years. The caregiver burden is often underestimated. Family members, usually spouses, but sometimes adult children, become caregivers. They manage medications, help with daily activities, coordinate medical appointments, deal with insurance, help make treatment decisions, and provide emotional support. This is exhausting work, and it goes on for months or sometimes for years. Caregiver burnout is real and common. Caregivers often neglect their own health, skip their own medical appointments, don't sleep enough, don't eat properly, and don't exercise. They're so focused on the patient that they ignore their own needs until they themselves become ill. The emotional toll of caregiving includes anticipatory grief. That's grieving the loss before it happens. You also feel helpless because you're unable to fix the situation or take away the suffering. You have role strain from suddenly being a caregiver instead of a spouse or child, and you feel isolated as you withdraw from social activities and relationships outside the immediate family. I'm going to take a break. It's a lot. I want to ask you a quick favor in the meantime. If you find these videos helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. It makes it easier for other people who need this information to find us. Also, if you have questions or there's a topic you'd like to see addressed in a future video, send me a note in the comments section. And make sure you watch until the end because I'm going to give you valuable information on where to find resources that will make a real difference for you. Now, getting back to the subject of families, it's important to know that if you feel your relationships with your family are becoming strained, you're not alone. The stress of illness can bring out the worst in people. Long-standing family conflicts can intensify. Disagreements about treatment decisions can create rifts. Unequal burden sharing among siblings, caring for a parent, that can create real resentment. While some relationships deepen and strengthen through the shared experience of facing a family member's mesothelioma together, other relationships fracture under the pressure. Both outcomes are common, and both are understandable given the extraordinary stress that you're facing. Financial stress compounds all the other burdens. Even with insurance, medical bills pile up. The patient is probably unable to work or may have retired, and that eliminates one income at the same time that the caregiver is reducing their work hours or quitting work entirely to provide care. You're eliminating or reducing income at the same time that expenses are increasing for travel to treatment centers, childcare, home medications, and hospital care. Many families deplete their savings, take on debt, or face bankruptcy. The financial devastation is real, and it adds enormous stress to an already unbearable situation. The uncertainty and loss of normalcy affect every aspect of family life. You can't plan for the future because you don't know what the future holds. Normal routines are disrupted, family activities and traditions can stop. The whole family lives in a state of suspended animation, waiting to see what happens. For children, this loss of normalcy can be particularly hard. If their parent or grandparent is sick and preoccupied, household routines are disrupted, they might need to take on responsibilities they've never had before and that may not be appropriate for their age. Kids can feel forgotten or neglected, even though their parents are doing their best. So what support is available? Individual counseling and family therapy can both help with processing emotions, improving communication, and developing coping strategies. Many cancer centers offer free or low-cost counseling for patients and families. There are support groups specifically for family members and caregivers. They provide connection with others who are facing similar situations. Knowing you're not alone and hearing how others cope, that can be incredibly valuable. There's respite care. That provides temporary relief for caregivers. They might be professional caregivers who come to the home for a few hours so the family caregiver can rest, or it can be a short-term residential care where the patient stays in a facility briefly while the caregiver takes a longer break. Practical assistance from friends, neighbors, and the community can help with meals, transportation, housework, childcare, and other daily tasks that have become overwhelming when you're also managing cancer care. Accept the help. Financial assistance and counseling can help you navigate financial devastation. Social workers at cancer centers can connect families with financial resources, help with insurance issues, and provide guidance on managing medical debt. If there are children involved, they need age-appropriate support. This can include counseling specifically for children dealing with a parent or grandparent's illness, school-based support from counselors or teachers who are aware of the situation, and honest, age-appropriate conversations with other family members about what's happening. What families often don't realize is that it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do everything yourself. It's okay to accept offers of assistance from friends and family. Think about how many times you've offered to help somebody else who's going through a tough time. You know, people want to do whatever they can, so let them. And remember, it's okay to take breaks. Stepping away from caregiving briefly to rest or do something you enjoy is not abandoning your loved one. It's necessary self-care, and it makes you a better caregiver. It's also okay to feel resentful sometimes. Caregiving is hard, and it's normal to occasionally feel angry about the burden at the same time that you feel love for the person you're caring for and that you're grieving their pending loss. Being angry doesn't make you a bad person. It means you're human. Also, it's okay to prioritize your own health. In fact, it's more than okay. It's absolutely necessary. Getting enough sleep, eating properly, exercising, and attending to your own medical appointments is not selfish. Think about it. If you become ill because you've neglected yourself or you're exhausted, you can't care for anyone. And it's okay to set boundaries. You can say no to demands that exceed your capacity. You can insist that other family members share the burden. You can choose to preserve some aspects of your life that are outside of your caregiving role. The one thing that families shouldn't do is try to be superhuman and do everything alone. Don't ignore your own physical and mental health needs. Don't let guilt drive you to unsustainable levels of sacrifice. Don't avoid difficult conversations about prognosis, treatment preferences, and end-of-life wishes. Mesothelioma takes a hidden toll on entire families. Spouses facing loss and caregiver exhaustion, children dealing with fear and absence of normalcy, everybody facing financial devastation and emotional trauma. Families need support, just like patients do. Counseling, support groups, respite care, and practical assistance and financial help are all available. Make sure you prioritize all of those things. For more information on resources for families and caregivers, visit mesothelioma.net today or call 1-800-692-8608 or use the live chat feature on the website to speak to one of our helpful patient advocates immediately. As for me, remember, you can post your questions below, and I'll see you next time.